Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I want to remind you, if you rather watch us, you can go on our YouTube channel, The Stephen Knight Show, or you can go on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast, if you'd rather listen to us. I want to remind you also that we're all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, of course, our official website, thestephennightshow.com. Early voting starts today here in Georgia for the runoff election. It's a very important election, so please make sure that you make a plan to vote. All right, so Chica, I usually start with you, but because Nair had such an epic weekend, I want to know, how's married life? How was the wedding? Tell us everything.
Oh my goodness, I'll keep it short, but number one, I'm grateful. We had an amazing weekend, an unbelievable turnout, even though we were, aiming to keep the numbers low, considering people were traveling across the country. I think it was just a very fortunate weekend for us. We played the safety game as well. Families were there, had a good time, lots of food, lots of laughter, lots of smiles, great pictures, and some tears even,
Yeah. I'm
Beautiful
so
week.
sorry I missed it. I was supposed to go to the wedding, and I woke up Monday. Was it Monday? No. Well, Monday I was watching the news. Monday is my news day, right?
Wow.
Catching up for the show. And they were talking about all the numbers, how high there was. Because I was coming there and then California. And in California, you can't even rent a hotel or rent a car.
Ah,
And you're not even supposed to go to anyone's house that you don't live with.
right.
And so, I just watched all those people in the hospital beds and everything. I said, you know what, man. But
They think,
I waited because I just wanted to just make sure. But you just had that gut feeling sometimes, and so I decided just to go with my gut. But I'm glad y'all had a great time. I'm glad y'all had a great time.
so are we, and your love was felt. So trust me, everyone understood. Your love was felt. I'm happy that you made that decision. It helped out with the numbers as well. So it's a
Yeah,
great thing. Yeah.
that's true. That's true. Well, Chike, how was your weekend? What's going on with you?
Zooms, IG lives, Zooms, IG lives, more Zooms, and more IG lives. That was my weekend. So there are three podcasts going on. This one, No Lies Detected, and Conversations with Chike Evans. Man, I'm busy. I'm busy. So, this being our last show and all, we going on our hiatus. Um, it's a welcome vacation for me.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I was just asked to host something overseas, and it's supposed to be like 20,000 people, and it's some kind of docu-series. They said, I don't know, but I was supposed to
Wait,
get
is this a
information.
virtual situation? Is this a
Yeah, it's
virtual?
virtual. It's virtual. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
are you gonna
So
do it? You should do it.
yeah, I don't know the details. I want to, of course, hear the details, but I'm definitely interested in seeing what they're talking about. So we'll see. We'll see.
Absolutely.
See what happens. Well, our question of the day is, who would you nominate to be Person of the Year? Go with you, Chika.
Dr. Fauci.
That's a good one. That's a good one. What about you, Anaya?
Man, that's a good question. Person of the year. Wow. Hadn't thought about it. But I probably would go with person of the year, even though year's kind of wrapping up. I'd probably go with Miss Harris.
Yeah, she was one of
Good one.
the answers people gave.
What was she? Yeah, I probably would go with her.
Yeah, people also said the first responders on the front lines. I think Stacey Abrams.
Yeah.
Um, the way that she got Georgia to go blue for the first time in forever. You know what I mean? But there are a lot of great nominees. Some people said teachers. Just having to teach under these new guidelines and restrictions. A lot of people, they held it down this year. So
Yeah.
but tweet us at home, Stephen Knight Show, SHO. Let us know, who would you nominate. All right, so quick coronavirus update. We've surpassed 16 million cases with over 300,000 deaths. Now, they did start to administer the Pfizer vaccine, and today in the U.S., and they're starting off with healthcare workers. People. They said it was going to be also nursing homes, but apparently the Trump administration had to hold off until the 21st of December due to some kind of waiver or something. So, but first responders are starting to get the vaccine today, and people like they were emotional, like in tears, just the fact because they're having to see so much death and illness every day. There's also a partisan group that's been trying to come up with this coronavirus stimulus, but they have proposals for $908 billion coronavirus proposal into two bills. Now they were supposed to have the verses over the weekend with Keisha Cole and Ashanti, but they had to postpone because Ashanti tested positive for COVID. She said that she was fine and she didn't have any symptoms, but so I guess she had been doing a lot of traveling. And she said everyone that traveled with her, they all caught it as well. Ellen DeGeneres tested positive as well. She'll be back after the holidays, they said. And then Florida has reported 8,158 coronavirus infections, 84 deaths just on Sunday. So obviously, you all successfully had the wedding. You said everyone was safe. Chike, I know you're on the front lines. What are you all's thoughts as we get this far in the pandemic, and now that we have a vaccine that should be rolling out? Well, that is rolling out.
Who's starting, me or Nair? Me.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
so I guess I'm a little perplexed with my feelings about the vaccine, simply because I'm not for it. I don't want it, but I have to get it because of my position. And I did a whole discussion with a doctor on, I'm plugging again, No Lies Detected. We did a talk with a physician and we explored that talk about the vaccine. Even today, and watching the nurse, who happens to be a woman of color, receive her vaccine from another woman of color, I thought that was very staged in my mind. You have a woman of color because they're saying that people of color are at greater risk and the people of color should get it first. And they're trying to sell us on this vaccine. So, of course, the optics are going to be in support of giving people of color the vaccine. And I just felt some type of way about seeing a woman of color receive it from another woman of color. I know people are going to hate that I say this, but I'm not for it. I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. But I have to wrap my mind around it, just simply because this is my career and I have to take it, but I'm against it.
Naya?
Yeah, that's another rough one for me too. I'm not for it, and I think history is a good reasoning behind that, especially when it comes to our community. Um, so I'm just gonna wait and see where this thing goes, as people are still continuing to you know get sick, and then some people are recovering and so forth. Still a lot of deaths. I'm just gonna kind of see how things go, and as long as it's not required for me, I'll make the decision if it's necessary. Um, Other than that, staying safe as much as possible, doing the things that we know we can do, and just taking it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still figuring out the vaccine because they had one of the leading scientists on the news this morning, and they were asking questions. He said, we still don't know. There are a few things they still don't know. They don't know how it affects children. They don't know that if you get the vaccine, can you still spread COVID? And then, last week they started doing the vaccine overseas, and people were having an adverse effect. They had real bad allergies, and they don't even know what kind of allergies, to look out for. Is it sinuses, that kind of thing, or is it food allergies? And there's just still a lot they don't know. And interesting enough, remember President Obama, Clinton, and Bush all said that they would take it once it
Yeah.
was approved, and they would do it on video. But
Right.
Trump tweeted he doesn't think he needs it right now because other people should be taking it first, but he'll take it when it's time. Yeah, I bet. I bet. I don't know. This is crazy. Everyone just needs to stay safe because
Are you going to take it?
I think eventually I would. Sorry, my iPad. I think eventually I would. but I don't like vaccines. I mean, my doctor already knows, you know, but they're trying. I feel like what they're trying to do is they understand that a lot of people aren't for the vaccine, and so they're trying to be transparent, is what they're saying, by not stating that they know everything, and they're saying that they understand that people of color um, are more likely not to get it, you know, and so they're trying to um, educate those communities. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm sold yet. I don't know if I'm sold yet. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, our next story. So this kind of surprised me. So as today, Electoral College voted, and Joe Biden is official. He's the president elect, and he's preparing for his cabinet and building his team. Well, apparently he asked our mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms here in Atlanta to be part of the his cabinet, and she respectfully turned it down. She said that she was interested in, focused on Atlanta and Georgia, and she said that she didn't want to speak too much more on it out of respect, but she was honored that she was asked. And but I was shocked that she turned it down, because usually in politics, that's taken to the next level. You're going to be in the White House, but she said that she didn't want to do it. As you know, that she's a Delta, Harris is the AKA. They won't be working together, but people said they're sure they'll keep that Divine Nine unity. Are you surprised she turned it down?
I'm not. Um, she stated before that she has work that she still wants to do in Atlanta, and I think that her next step probably would be a governorship. She's going to go up the ranks the proper way. Um, I just think that she is really focused on the state of Georgia and Atlanta specifically, and she has goals in which she wants to accomplish, and I think that she's probably going to see those out before she moves to Washington, if she even goes to Washington.
What you know?
I'm not surprised. Definitely not with what I know of her and her family. Not surprised. And I think it's a bold statement of principle that has led her to making that type of a decision. Because, like you said, that can be looked at as the next level for many. Not necessarily the route she may want to take at this time with that administration or what have you. But I'm not surprised, and I think it's a great statement for someone to make based on their principles or value set.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what that work is that she'll continue to get into. And like you said, governorship may be right up that road as well. So
yeah. And she was on the short list to be VP. And so I'm curious if she would have taken that, but that's different, than being in the cabinet.
It is.
But yeah. Well, let's take a quick break and come back with a few more hot topics right back after this.